before showing you a table about the Holy Tongue in Hebrew Lashon HaKodesh, Holy Tongue is not Hebrew. Hebrew is in combinations of some new inventions of somebody's called Eliezer ben Yehuda, who died. This is a yahrzeit of his today, but Hebrew and Lashon HaKodesh is not the same, because the Holy Tongue are those words of the Torah, of the Bible, of the Nach, not the new words which are not. So Hebrew is like a language, English, French, with some, definitely, a lot of words from the Holy Tongue. So let us see before what the Chidushei HaRim, one of the great rabbis of the past, said about the revelation of Joseph to his brother with Hebrew. It's written that when he spoke to them, he spoke Hebrew. He said, "You see, from my language, I am your brother." So this is the Hebrew words from the verse in the Torah, the portion Vayikash, Ki pi medaber alechem. He said, "Look, my mouth speaks to you." So says Rashi, says the commentators, other, that diber b'lshon hakodesh, spoken in the Holy Tongue. And now says Chidushei HaRim, very important sentence, very, very important, because this depends on Mashiach and redemption. So he said, "Kshe'yakir ha'olam b'tiv lashon hakodesh," when the world olam will realize the greatness of Lashon HaKodesh, as then Messiah will come. Yeah, we know quite well. That's also famous prophecy of the Zephaniah prophets, who said that in the future the whole world will realize the greatness of Lashon HaKodesh. Now, what we are going to show you now, a table, interesting, where we looked for the word Lashon HaKodesh and Mashiach, and this year, amazingly, it came together. But before this, also is important to know that quite few years ago, it was a great, he's still alive, his name is Mosesson. He wrote a dictionary which is called The Word, and in this dictionary he shows, he proves that Hebrew was the source of languages. And he brought really a book which is called The Word, with 80,000 dialects in English, and he showed clear connection to Hebrew, to English. Now, in fact, I met him, I wrote a book about this also, and a lot of his ideas I brought in my books and explaining what is the idea, what is the connection. And the book is called, as you can see here, Hebrew Source of Language. It is in large edition, and this can be great. One can get it, Glazerson.books.com or Amazon, others. So Hebrew Source of Language, and it is interesting to point out that as a result of it, few universities in the state changed their system of teaching. Before they said that Hebrew is like other, came from Indo-European, now they agree that languages came from Hebrew. So quite many examples which I brought in this book, and important to know it. Now, amazingly, when we did the table codes in the Torah, which was the blueprint of creation, so we looked for the sentence which appears in once, Lashon Kodesh, Holy Tongue. This is how it comes, Lashon Kodesh, Holy Tongue. Amazingly, we saw Mashiach, and then we saw this year, Tafshin 775. So, indications that some connection, as Chidushei HaRim said. Now, the most interesting here, that here is a verse that says, Moshe be'er et HaTorah azot lemor. Moses explained this Torah, and our commentator said there are also indications in this word, be'er et, that he explains them in 70 languages. Interesting, and the Sfat Emet says that Hebrew was the root, the source of languages. This way I took this title, source of language, from this way. Amazing, come exactly this place to show you that Lashon HaKodesh is a Holy Tongue. Holy Tongue is not Hebrew. Hebrew is like French and English, because they made combinations. They took some words from the Bible, from the Torah, but you know quite well that this is not Lashon HaKodesh. So you have your Lashon HaKodesh, you have Mashiach, you have Israel, and you have Tafshin, as we said. But as we said always, to have redemption, to have Mashiach, you need, like Maimonides says, you need to make Teshuvah. So Israel required to do repentance. You have your Teshuvah. So repentance, Teshuvah, with the holy tongue, and Mashiach, and this here. So this is what exactly it says, when the world will realize what is the Shana Kodesh. So one can realize it through learning my book, Hebrew Source of Language, to see the connection, and then there are other books which shows definitely the greatness of the Hebrew, but this is interesting as we are now in the sabbatical year, the year which is very appropriate for Messiah, for Mashiach. So, important table, and definitely very relevant to our time. So let us hope that really will merit in the merit of the Torah, keeping Torah, doing Teshuvah, then to have the merit of Mashiach, realizing what is the Holy Tongue. The Holy Tongue, if one will read my book, we see that in one word, sometimes you see the whole world coming there. So very important table, and very important book, which really, as you said, very, very worthwhile reading and realizing. And there is a funny, as you said, there is a prophet Zephaniah said that in future, Lashon is written that God will turn the old language to Lashon Brura, and as is written, this is really the Holy Tongue, that the world will realize the greatness of this language.